Welcome to the new lecture for this Laravel introduction part. So here what we managed to do is we bring in the bootstrap and we have just generate basic CSS and JavaScript scaffolding, right? This login and register still not works because we haven't hooked up the database, but we will do that later. Now if you want, you can just close this one part. For now, we don't need it. What I want to show you before that, so if you look, so if we go back to our application and let's just close most of the things. So if we go to our views, about or contact, we don't have anything inside. So basically they're empty, right? We have HTML h1 tag and that's it. So we are just doing this. This is a contact page or about page. So now here we can do something very interesting, and that is that we can use this app.blade template and we can use it and pass this layout into our views, right? And this will save us a lot of time copying and pasting and duplication of code. So imagine here, let's just see what's happening here. You don't have to understand at the moment everything. Now this config.app.name goes to our application environment file and finding the name of our app name. That's how it brings there. Now if I change it here to something else, we will have different app name, right? So if we put here intro, and we're just gonna save this one, but we're not gonna be able to see it. I'm just gonna return it back to what it was. So when we start doing this templating, we use this same layout on other views, then you will see the power of this. Now here we have the login and register. Actually this is a on top link here, navbar with the login in register, and you will see in a minute. And the more important part here is we yield the content. Now if you don't see if you don't have a blade if you don't have this syntax of blade highlighted like this, now that means that you don't have like icons like me. Now that means one or two things that you haven't. Why it's not showing with the, okay, just wait one more times, doesn't matter. Now you need to install Laravel Blade snippets, this one, Laravel Blade spacer, in order to see this here, this to highlight your Blade syntax, right? Otherwise it will be maybe in gray color. I'm not sure how it was, but it's not gonna look good. That's the point. That's why you need to use that extension. But if you're using something else, just find out what's working for that. For example, if you're using some other editor, find out what you need to do in order to see to highlight the blade syntax, right? That's pretty much it. Now here what I want you to see, we are yielding the content, and what we can basically do now in our about page or in whatever we want, so we can say here, we can say extends and add extends, and we will need to say layouts.app. So what we'll do this, it will go to the layouts, so this is our folder, and it will look to this app. Now if we want something to add in the content, because we're yielding the content, what we need to do is we need to create section, and this B section, it will create section and end section. And now inside we need just here we need just to specify which section is about. So it's about the content, and we want to put this one inside the content. Now let's see, let's go to the about/about, and here it is. We have the Laravel. If I click, it will go back to the application. This is the about page, this is the login, this is the register. Also if you click inspect, not inspect, view source code, or Control U, And here it is. Now we're just getting everything. Div ID app comes from our app, div ID app, because everything inside is in this div, right? This ID app and div, and we have the main after that where we put our content. So everything is working super fine right now. So we need to also save time and apply this to our other views. For example, contact. What I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna grab this, paste from the previous one. Contact page. Now let's see the contact page. Very good. Now the contact page is there. Employment, same. Oops. Copy the entire, paste it here, grab this one, replace it with this one, and we have the employment page now. So employment page, it's now no longer only H1 tag, right? It's here, we have the whole HTML running for us. So we have CSS working, Bootstrap is working. Now, how you can check if it's working? So you can create a row here, and you can create call MD like 8. Sorry. So call MD 8. So that will be there, and also we can put an offset here for 2. Offset 2 will give us a little bit margin on the left side. And now we can put this one here, and immediately you will see that this is changed, right? Now, how you know this is working? Here it is. So we have the row, so it's entire is highlighted, entire row is highlighted. Then we have the column 8, and we have offset of 2 on the left side. That's why it's yellow on the left side. So perfectly. Now we know that everything is working, and we can also do the same thing for this one. And we're missing the row, right? Don't forget to put the row. So row, and the column is inside. Now what I can do, I can copy this one. So I have the contact, I have the employment done. Now we need to do this part. And let's see. About page is done, employment is done. Now we need to do the policies. So I'm just gonna copy everything. I'm gonna paste it there, and I'm just gonna replace this one and delete this one. Now let's check out the policies, and we're done with this templating. Very good. Everything is working. Now the other things, they're not working. Now one more thing. I promise you that I'm gonna show you in the resources, in the controllers, how you can do a couple of more things. For example, it was post controller, right? Now here we do have with the compact. Now what we can do, we can achieve the same thing with the width. And maybe it was better to copy this one, replaced by that one with. Now we have the ID and title, but now we have 2 parameters here. So what we can do, we can create an array here and say ID, and this will be associative array. And then I'm gonna associate with ID, comma, title. Here it will be the title. Right, now let's put block 15. This is awesome, and it's not found. Why? Let's see why. Right, just let me close all of the things. So here I'm making mistakes so you can learn from the mistakes, right? And we need to go to routes, web, and oh yeah, and here it's not showing because we removed the title from the bottom, right? And we are generating the title. Actually, we are putting that title inside. Now this will create home duplication, and you probably need only one of this. Now let's put it like this on top. Nothing will change. Now I promise you that I'm gonna show you how you can utilize these resources here, because remember, post controller we created with all of the resources, right? Now I will say clear, and if I go PHP artisan route list. Here it is. Now we do have login, and that it's get. We have log out, it will be post. We have password confirm, password reset, password token, and also in the controllers, I haven't shown you that in the controllers there is another folder called auth. Why? Because when we create that scaffolding, this was created for us. So we will play with this a little bit later in the course. Now you don't need to worry about it at this stage. So we have post controller. So when we were creating, it was PHP artisan make. Let me just zoom in a little bit here. Make controller post controller like this, and we specified with resources. All right, and that's why this post controller contains destroy, update, where we can update things, we can edit the post, we can show what specific post like we do at the moment. But this title comes like from it's here. We just set this variable to a string and just we put it here, but that's not the best, and we're not gonna do it. This is just to show you how we can put multiple parameters here with width and compact. Compact is something that I prefer. It's a personal. Now if I do this, we have only block ID, but I'm going to show you one more thing. If I remove this one here, and if I don't specify which where this needs to go, which method of the post controller, and if I do here resources, it will still work. Just resource, not resources. Now if I go list, you see something strange is happening. We have block store, that's the name. We have block index, very good. We have block create, block, and instead of ID here it's a block. And we have block edit. Now if I refresh this one, because we have, remember, we have, I'm just going to show you again. We have block, that's identical with this one, block number 15, right? It's identical to this actually, and that's why if I click it again, it will work. Now this saves me a time, because I don't need to go think about, okay, this route should be post and the next one should be get, the other one should be destroyed, doesn't matter. So now you have everything here, and you can just call them like this. I will show you. Also, if you want to edit, now we don't have it, but now if you want to edit, for example, this one, you can edit, and there is no problem. But now this works for I mean, we will use this one in our later in the project. We will not manually put all of the routes, but it's good to know this will create routes based on the methods we have here, right? Based on the methods. So we have store, we have edit, we have create, we have index. That's why we have create here. Create, update, show, store, index, and edit. So that's pretty much it for this lecture. Now you know how to pass multiple parameters with width as well. You know how this blade templating is working. We have managed, actually, let's just fix this part, because this is not fixed. This lecture is getting too long, so I'm just gonna close everything here. And what else? I will need to go to the resources, views, and I will need to go to posts, block post. So I'm just gonna grab this one and I will say extends, and it will be layouts.app, and here I have double this. Now also I need section, B section, that will create this one automatically. Content, here I will create a row. What happened? Now I will have call MD8 offset of 2. Let's see what's happening. Very good. And I will paste the one that I cut it before, and now it should look pretty much identical, just with more styling inside. So we are done with this. So I've showed you how to use blade templating using this master layout. That's how they call it somewhere, master layout. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So for this lecture, we are done. So I hope you enjoyed this lecture. See you in the next one, and we will do something awesome. Promise. Bye.